The men with the plan, the men with the knowledge, the Iceman World Wide Web, Iceman's Return YouTube channel. What's up, everybody? It is a Tuesday morning, and as reported on my brother channel, the Jeffrey Rose YouTube channel, I was going to talk a little bit about TNA Slamaversary today. I'm not going to review the whole show. I will say this: I watched the whole show in its entirety as it aired live on Sunday night, and I will actually say this as well. I was very disappointed in a lot of the show because they had some good matches, but they ended like so quick, abruptly. There was no intensity leading up to a pinfall or a win in some of these matches. And one of those, you know, Lashley and Samoa Joe battling it out. One would think this match would be so intensified with both these big wrestlers in the ring. But the funny part about it was you didn't expect Samoa Joe to end up getting beat the way he did because there was nothing really major leading up to that win. And that was one of the things I didn't like about that match. Austin Aries and Kenny King, pretty much the same as well. Both guys are really good in the ring. Both have, such talent. But when the pinfall came, you didn't think it was going to actually happen then. That was the thing. Again, I could say the same thing with Willow and Magnus, although Magnus had the help of Bram. I honestly didn't think Willow was going to lose this match. But again, when the pinfall came, I wasn't expecting it. And this is the thing with some of these matches where you want these matches to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, have a lot of great moves, almost near pinfalls that don't happen, and then finally getting that pinfall that does happen. And in these matches, they just lack that intensity. They lack that drama. So I was disappointed in those matches. If you want to talk about the Von Erichs, it was great to see Kevin Von Erich. As we all know, we used to watch him so many years ago in the Sportatorium in Texas. The Von Erich brothers were, elite in their world of professional wrestling. If you mentioned any one of their names, everybody would really know who they were. And Kevin had his sons in the ring going up against the Bromans, which totally surprised me as well. That where was Robbie E? DJZ came in and tagged with Jesse Goddard. I mean, to me, I don't know. A lot of lack of intensity in this show. I thought the show was average to good, but a lot of lack of intensity. The Hall of Fame induction by Kurt Angle with Bully Ray and Devon, well deserving. I think no matter where they wrestled and any promotion that has a Hall of Fame, 23-time tag team title holders. How can you not put these guys in the Hall of Fame? So I thought that was a great segment there. I really enjoyed that. Like I said, very, very well deserving. Angelina Love going up against Gail Kim. Of course, Angelina with Velvet Sky. And we have this referee that's sort of like enamored with the beautiful people, Stifler. Earl Hebner came in and, tried to get rid of him. He never left. He stood there with his arms crossed at ringside. And then Hebner sort of like got incapacitated. And Stifler ended up doing the pin on Gail Kim. And Angelina Love retains her Knockouts title. And she is a 6-time Knockout champion. But that match also as well, except for some of the gimmicks that went on in the match, it lacked a lot of intensity as well. Bully Ray and Ethan Carter III in a Texas death match. I love the match. I thought it was great. I love the fact that Dixie came out. I love the fact that Ethan rammed into Dixie and she went down. But then again, he had it all set up where he was going to get Dixie going through the table. Ethan bops him off the back of the head in the corner ring post with a kendo stick. And Spud pulls Dixie off the table. Bully Ray falls through the table and is knocked out and goes for the 10 count. I didn't expect that. I really didn't expect that. But again, Dixie is trying to make herself look totally huge. Let's rewind a little back to the opening with MVP, with Kenny King and Bobby Lashley. Kenny King standing, I believe, to the right of MVP, and MVP is just whining and crying, saying, "You fans are booing me, blah, 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 blah. I've given you all I got and whatnot. I can't wrestle. I have a torn meniscus," whatever. A very good opening segment for Slamaversary. And when I saw this, I'm saying to myself, okay, this looks to be, the card with what they have, the matchups were great. This is going to be a really great card. But as we went through it, like I said, a lot of the pinfalls were very, very uneventful. We saw Storm. We saw Mr. Anderson. We had some Dallas Cowboy players in the crowd. This match, to me, another uneventful match. Like I said, there was only two that I really cared for, and that was Bully Ray and Ethan Carter III. And now we're going to get to the main event because of Austin Aries defeating Kenny King and Bobby Lashley defeating Samoa Joe. They were involved in the cage match with the champion Eric Young. This match, I thought, was probably the best match of the night. I thought it was great. I loved it when Lashley got thrown through the opening, the gap there was with the door being chained, and he was outside the ring, and it left Austin Aries and Eric Young, two guys that can really, really wrestle. So this was sort of fun to watch. These guys gave it their all. Great delivery throughout that whole match. And I'll be honest with you, when this was going on, I'm saying to myself, well, these guys are going to beat each other down. Lashley's going to come in and get a cheap pinfall because of what we saw earlier on the show. That wasn't to be. Eric Young ended up defeating Austin Aries in a very, very good match. And I'll be honest with you, I was totally shocked. I did not think Eric Young was going to retain here at Slamaversary. I'm happy for it, but I also would have been happy if Austin Aries won the belt, because I think Austin Aries is really one of their better talents they have in TNA, and they don't have a heck of a lot, let's face it. The roster's very, very thin. Yeah, the main event, so when it was over and I shut it off, that's the last thing you saw, so you were sort of like, okay, this was really, really good. But then, the next day when you had a chance to really think about what you saw, it was right here. It could have been here with what they had for the matchups, but like I said, a lot of these matches were very uneventful. There was no intensity leading up to the pinfall, and that's what they lacked, and that's what they need to improve on. Impact Live this coming Thursday, I do believe we're going to see the return of Taryn Terrell. Beautiful lady. It's going to improve the knockouts totally. Let's just wait and see where she fits in to the mix, who she's with, who she's not with, and whatnot. But again, yeah, if I had to rate the show from 0 to 10, it's a tough one, maybe a 5.5. And it's a Slamaversary, which is usually a very huge show. And it could have been an 8 if they had the intensity in some of these matches prior to the pinfalls and the wins. So those are my thoughts. Those are my opinions. This is the Iceman on the Iceman's Return YouTube channel. See y'all next time, guys. Check out Wrestling News Talk on Facebook. Also, check out the Iceman's Wrestling Extreme page. check out Andre Corbeil's channel as well. And, see you next time, guys. Peace out.